Horatio?
Though yet of Hamlet, our dear sister's death, the memory be green, and the whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far has discretion fought nature that we with the wisest of sorrows think on her, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore our sometime sister, now our queen, have we taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred any of your better wisdoms, which have freely gone along with this affair. For all, thanks. Now our cousin and our son, Hamlet.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that clouds still hang over you?
Not so, my lord, for I am too much in the sun.
Hamlet, cast thy night to colour off. Thou knowest 'tis common, all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems? Nay, it is, madam, I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak. Good mother, they indeed seem, for their actions a man might play, but I have this within which process show that is nothing but the trappings and suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your mother. But you must know, your mother lost a mother. That mother lost hers. To persevere in obstinate condolement is a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. It shows an understanding simple and unschooled. We pray you throw to the earth this unprevailing woe and think of us as of a father. With little more nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son, do I impart towards you.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam. And that this too sullied flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve into some dew, and that this everlasting had not fixed his canon against self-slaughter. Oh, God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seems to me all the uses of the world. How excellent a queen, so loving to my mother that she may not attain the gates of heaven because they visit her face too rough. And yet she, within a little month ere the shoes were old with which she followed my poor mother's corpse, like Niobe, all tears, and she, even she, married to my uncle. Oh, most wicked speed to post such dexterity to incestuous sheets, but break my heart, for I must hold my tongue. I'm glad to see you well, But what in fate brings you from Wittenberg?
A truant disposition.
I know you are no truant. What affair brings you to Elsinore? We'll teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
I came to see your mother's funeral.
I prithee, do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see her wedding.
Indeed, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish the marriage tables for. Would I have met my dearest foe in heaven had I ever seen that day? Horatio, my mother. Methinks I see my mother.
Where?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
My lord, I think I saw her yesternight.
Saw who?
The queen, your mother.
The queen, my mother?
Season your admiration for a while, with an attempt ear till I may deliver, upon the witness of these gentlemen, this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefit and convey as assistant, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet, and the trifling of his favor, be it a fashion and a toy in blood, his greatness weighed, as well as not his own. For he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the safety and the health of this whole state. Fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, my dear sister, and keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. Virtue itself scapes not calamitous strokes. Be wary then. Best safety lies in fear. Youth to itself rebels, though none else near.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as a watchman of my heart, but good my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the thorny and steep way to heaven, whiles as a puffed and reckless libertine himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and wrecks his own reed.
Oh, fear me not. I stay too long. But here my mother comes. Double blessing is double grace. Occasion smiles upon a second leave.
Yet here, Laertes. Aboard for shame. There, my blessing with thee. Some precepts for thy remembrance. Look thy character. Give thy thoughts no tongue. Give thy unproportioned thoughts no actions. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Give every man thy ear, but none thy voice. Thy costly habit as thy purse can buy. Rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. And they in France of the best rank and station are of the most generous and select, chief in that. This above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow as the night, the day, thou canst not be false to any man. My season blessing with thee.
I humbly take my leave. Farewell, Ophelia.
What is it, Ophelia, he hath said to you?
Please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet. He hath made many tenders of his affection towards me.
Affection? You speak like a green girl. Do you believe these tenders, as you call them?
My lady, he hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion.
Aye, springes to catch woodcocks. I do know when the blood burns and how prodigal the sun tends the sun vow. I would not from this time forth have you give words or talk to Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you, come your ways.
I shall obey, my lady.
The air bites shrewdly. It is very cold.
It is a nipping and an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. It then draws near the season wherein the spirit held its wont to walk. Look, my lord, it comes!
Angels and ministers of grace, defend us. Be thou a spirit of health or goblin damned, I'll call thee Hamlet, Queen, Mother, O royal lady, answer me. Let me not burst in ignorance, but tell why thy canonized bones here said in death have burst their cerements, why this sepulchre wherein we saw thee quietly interred hath opened its ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. Say, why is this? Wherefore? What should we do?
Look with what courteous action it waves you to a more removed ground. But do not go with it.
Why? What should be the fear? I do not set my life at a pig's feet. It waves me forward. I'll follow it.
What if it tempt you toward the flood, my lord? Think of it. The very place puts toys of desperation, without more motive into every brain that looks so many fathoms to the sea and sees a war beneath.
It waves me still. Go on. I'll follow thee.
You must not go, my lord.
You shall not go. Unhand me, gentlemen. By heaven, I'll make a ghost of he who lets me. I say, away! Go on. I'll follow thee.
Whither wilt thou lead me? Speak. I'll go no further.
Mark,
I will.
my hour is almost come where I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself. Lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak. I am bound to hear.
I am thy mother's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fastened fires. So the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house. I could a tale unfold whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, make thy two eyes like stars start from their spheres, and each particular hair to stand in it like quills upon the fearful forfeiting. List, oh list, if thou didst ever thy dear mother love.
Oh, God!
Revenge her foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me. Which know thou noble youth, the serpents that did stung thy mother's life, now wears her crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle.
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wits, to have the power so to seduce. One to a shameful lust, with the will of my most seemingly virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet would have fallen off was there. And soft, methinks I sense the morning air briefed with me. Sleeping within my orchard, upon my secure hour, thy uncle stole with juice of cursed Habana in a vial, and in the porches of my ears he did pour the leprous distillment whose effect holds such an enmity with blood of man, that with a sudden vigor it doth posit. And curd the thin and wholesome blood, thus was I, sleeping by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched, cut off, even in the bosoms of my sin, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my perfections on my hand. If thou hast any nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and dumb and incest. But howsoever thou pursues this act, Taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge to prick and sting her. Fare thee well at one. Adieu, 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 remember thee.
Oh, you host of heaven, oh earth, what else? And shall I couple hell? Oh, I hold my heart. Remember thee. I, thou poor ghost, whilst memory holds a seat in this distracted globe. Remember thee. From the table of my memory, I'll wipe away all trivial fond records, all saws of books, all precious past that youth and observation copied there, and thy commandment all alone shall live, yes, by heaven. Oh, most pernicious woman, oh, villain, violent, villain. My tables, meted as I set it down, that one may smile and be a villain.
My lord, my lord!
Lord Hamlet, what news?
Good, my lord, tell it!
No, you will reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven!
Nor I, my lord.
How say you then? Would heart of man once think it? But you'll be secret.
I, by heaven, my lord.
There's never a villain dwelling in Denmark. But he's an errant knave.
There needs no ghost, my lord. Come from the grave to tell us this.
It is an honest ghost, that let me tell you. But for your desire to know what is between us, overmaster it as you may. Now, my good friends, one poor request.
Tell it, my lord, we will.
Never make it known what you've seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Nay, but swear it.
In faith, my lord. Not I.
Nor I, my lord, in faith.
Here, as before, never, so help you mercy. However strange or odd somever I bear myself, that you, at such time seeing me, never shall, with arms uncovered thus, or this head shake, or by pronouncing of some doubtful phrase, or such ambiguous giving out, that you know aught of me, so grace and mercy at your most need help you. Now, so gentlemen, with my love, I do commend me to you. What so poor a woman as Hamlet may do to express her love and friending to you, God willing shall not lack. Let us go in together. The time is out for joint. Oh, cursed spite that I was ever born to set it right.
Give him this money and these notes, good Ronaldo.
I shall, my lady.
And you will do marvelous wisely, Ronaldo, to inquire of his behaviors before you enter.
My lady, I did intend it.
And observe his inclination within yourself.
I shall, my lady.
And ply his music.
Well, my lady.
Farewell.
Oh, my lady, I was so afraid, and as I was sewing in my closet, the Lord Hamlet, pale as his shirt, knees knocking against each other with the expression so piteous and purple, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
My lady, I do not know, but I truly do fear it.
What said he?
He grabbed me by my wrist and held my arm hard, and then with his other hand over his brow, he drew such perusal over my face as he would draw it, and he raised a sigh so piteous and profound that it would shatter his bulk and his entire being. Then, done with that, he lets go of me, and without his eyes, he seemed to find his way out. For out of the doors he went without their help and bend their light to me.
Come, go with me, I go seek the king. This very ecstasy of love doth affect our natures. What, have you given him any hard words of late?
No, my lady, but I did as you commanded. I did repel his letter and denied his access to me.
That doth what made him mad. I am sorry that with better heed and judgment I had not coated him. By heaven, it is beyond our age to cast ourselves into the heavens, as it is common for the younger sorts to lack discretion. Come, go ye to the king.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Have you heard of Hamlet's transformation, so call it? Well, it should be more than his mother's death. That hath thus put him so much from the understanding of himself that I cannot dream of. I entrust you both, as per your companies, to draw him onto pleasures, and to gather so much as from occasion, whether aught to us unknown afflicts him thus, that open lies within our remedy.
Both your majesties might, by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more to commands than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bent, to lay our service freely at your feet to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thank you, Guildenstern and Rosencrantz.
Heavens, make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to him.
Thou hast been the mother of good news.
Have I, my lord? I hold my duty as I hold my throne, both to my God and to my king. But I do think I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
I doubt it is no other but the main, his mother's death and our hasty marriage.
Well, we shall sift him.
My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty is, why, day is day, night night, time is time, but in the night time to waste the daytime and time again. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, I will be brief. The Lord Hamlet is mad, I tell you. For to define true madness, what is it to be nothing else but mad?
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That he is mad, 'tis true, 'tis true, 'tis pity, but 'tis true 'tis. It now remains that we find the cause of this effect. For this effect, defective, comes by cause. I have a daughter, and while she is mine, hath given me this. Now gather and surmise. To celestial the most beautified Ophelia. That's a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase, but you shall hear thus. In her excellent white bosom these...
Came this from Hamlet to her?
Good madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Doubt though the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. O dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best. O most best, believe it. Adieu, thine evermore, most dear lady, whilst this machine is to him, Hamlet.
And how does she receive his love?
When I had seen this hot love on wing, I went round to work, and my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince, out of thine star this must not be. She took the fruits of my advice, and he repelled, fell into a sadness, then into a fast, thence into a watch, and into the madness wherein now he raves, and we all mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
It may be, very like.
Away! I do beseech you both, away! I'll board him presently.
How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God a mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent well. You are fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I were you were so honest a lady.
Honest, my lord.
Do you have a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun, for conception is a blessing, but when your daughter comes to conceive, my friend, look to it.
Still harping on my daughter, yet he says I am a fishmonger. He is far gone. Let me speak to him again.
What do you read, my lord?
Words. Words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Slanders, miss, for the satirical rogue says here that elders have gray hair and wrinkly skin, and a plentiful amount of dim wit, together with most weak hands, that I do most powerfully and potently agree, but I cannot honestly set it down, for, madam, you can be as old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backwards.
Though this be madness, there is method in it.
Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave?
My lord, I will take leave of you. Farewell, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
My honored lord!
My most dear lord! Excellent good friends, how dost thou, Guildenstern? Ah, Rosencrantz, how do you both?
Happy that we are not over happy. On Fortune's cap, we are not on the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoes.
Neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist, in the middle of her favors.
Faith, her privates, we.
Oh, in the most secret parts of Fortune, most true she is a strumpet.
Yeah.
What news?
None, my lord, other than that the world's grown honest.
That is doomsday near. But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of Fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord?
Denmark's a prison.
Then the world is one.
To speak to you in the beaten way of friendship, what makes you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Were you not sent for? Come deal justly with me. Come, nay, speak.
What say you?
If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsinore. Come lend your hands. The appurtenance of welcome is fashion and ceremony. You are welcome, but my uncle father and aunt mother are deceived.
And what, my dear lord?
I am but man north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw.
I'll be with you, gentlemen.
Hark you, Guildenstern, and you too, for each year our hero for this big baby has yet to outgrow its swaddling clouds.
Aptly she is second time come to them, for they say an elder is twice a child.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
I have news to tell you. When Roscius was an actor in Rome.
The actors, my lord.
Buzz.
Upon my honor.
And then came each actor on his ass. Welcome, players. Oh, I am glad to see you well. Old friend, your face is valiant since I saw thee last. We'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your best quality. Come, a passionate speech.
The rugged Pyrrhus, with sable arms like the night sky, where he lay couched in his ominous horse, with eyes like carbuncles, the hellish Pyrrhus old grandsire Priam seeks. Anon he finds him, striking too short at Greeks. Unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives, in rage strikes wide. The unnerved father falls. Then, senseless Ilium, in a hideous crash, takes prisoner Pyrrhus's ear. So, after Pyrrhus's pause, aroused vengeance sets new work afoot. And never did the Cyclops' hammer crash with less remorse than Pyrrhus's bleeding sword now falls on Priam.
This is too long. To the barbers with your beard. I prithee, come to Hecuba.
But who, woe, had seen the Mobled queen run barefoot up and down, who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped, 'gainst fortune said would treason have pronounced. But if the gods could see her when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport of mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant clamor that she made would have made milch of the burning eyes of heaven and the passion in the gods.
Look where he has not turned his color and has tears in his eyes, prithee no more. 'Tis well. I'll have thee speak the rest of this soon. My good lady, will you have these players be bestowed?
My lord, I will use them according to their deserts. Up, sirs!
Dost thou hear me, old friend? Could thou play the murder of Gonzaga?
Aye, my lord.
We'll have it tomorrow night. Could you, of need, learn a speech of a dozen or 16 lines? I'll set it down and insert it in. Could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Now I'm alone. What a rogue and peasant slave am I! How monstrous is it that this player could force his very soul to conceit, and all her and his working visage waned. I push himself to tears, a broken voice, and yet all for nothing. For Hecuba? But what is he to Hecuba, or Hecuba to him, that he should weep for her? What if he had the motive and the cue for passion that I know he would drown the stage in tears, he would cleave the general ear with horrid speech, and yet I can say nothing? Am I a coward? A bawdy villain? Lecherous, treacherous, a kindless villain, vengeance, and I... What an ass am I? How brave is it that I, son of dearest mother, murdered, must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words and fall a-cursing like a drab, a stallion. I have heard guilty creatures have been so struck to the soul that they presently proclaim their malfactions. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my mother. Before mine uncle, I'll look upon him. If he do blench, I'll know my course. The spirit I've seen may be the devil, to assume a pleasing shape. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The plays that may, wherein I will catch the conscience of the king.
Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman.
But with most forcing of his disposition.
Did he essay you to any pastime?
Madam, it's so foul that certain players we o'erwrought on the way.
Good gentlemen, give him further edge. Drive his passion further into these delights.
We shall, my lord.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous misfortune, or to bear arms against our troubles, and by opposing,
end them.
How may we try this further?
I'll lose my daughter to him. Mark the encounter. If he love her not, thereon I will not assist any making of caterers or farmers.
We will try it.
And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope that your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again, to both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
To die. To sleep. No more, and to say when we sleep we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that the flesh is heir to, consummation devoutly to be wished. To die. To sleep. Perchance to dream. Aye. There's the rub, for in the sleep of death what dreams may come? For once we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause and bear respect for the calamity of so long life, for who wants to bear the whips and scorns of time, the pangs of desired love, and the skerns of patient merit of unworthy who the quietest bare bodkin? Who fardels bear the grunt and sweat of this weary life? Is it the dread of something after death? The undiscovered country from which no traveler returns, no puzzle's will forces us to bear the ills we have, and not fly to those we know not of, and thus conscience makes cowards of us all. But soft now, the fair Ophelia, and if my orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray that you now receive them.
Not I never gave you aught.
You know right well you did. And with words of so sweet breath composed, made the things more rare. Take these again for the noble mind, which gifts wax poor when givers prove them come.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Should beauty be better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, for beauty may transform a god's sooner than honesty can translate into his likeness. I loved you once.
Indeed, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me, for our virtue cannot inoculate in our old stock, but relish in it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou want to be a breeder of sinners? I could accuse me of such. It was better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, and ambitious. What is a fellow like me doing crawling between earth and heaven? Where's your mother?
At home.
Shut the doors upon her, for she may not act a fool anywhere but in her own home.
Heavenly powers restore him.
I have seen your pictures well enough. God hath given you a face, and you make yourself. I am done. It hath made me mad. I say we have no more marriage. Those already all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go!
What a mind is overthrown, and I, of ladies most deject, and wretched. Now see the noble and sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled out of time, and harsh, the unmatched form and stature of blown youth and blasted ecstasy. Woes me to see what I see what I see.
How no, Ophelia? You need not say what Hamlet said. We heard it all.
Love. His affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little. It was not like madness. I do doubt the hatch and the disclose, which will be some danger, for which to prevent, I have with quickly determined to set him quickly to England. What do you think on it?
My lord, do as you please, but when the play ends, have Gertrude entreat him, and if she cannot find him, send Hamlet to England.
It shall be so. Madness and great ones shall not unwatched go.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you trippingly over the tongue. If you mouth it, as many of our players do, then I would rather leave the town crier, say my lads. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustest periwig-baited fellow tear a passion to tatters who is not much capable of else but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. Please avoid it, but be not too tame, neither. Use discretion as your tutor. Suit the action to the word, and the word to the action, and with this special observance, overstep not the modesty of nature. My friend, bid the players make haste.
Aye, my lord.
What ho, Horatio!
Here, sweet lord, at your service.
Horatio, thou art e'en a man as ever my conversation coped withal. There is a play tonight. Within it, there is a scene that comes near the circumstance I have told you of my mother's death. I prithee, when thou seest this act afoot, even with thy very comment of the soul, observe my uncle. If his occulted guilt does not unkennel itself in one speech, then it is a damned ghost we've seen, and my imaginations are as foul as Vulcan's stithy. They are coming to the play. I must be idle. Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord. They stay upon your patience.
Come hither, my dear Hamlet. Sit by me.
No, mother. Here's metal more attractive.
What ho? Did you mark him?
Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
I mean, upon your lap.
Ah, my lord.
Did thou think I meant country matters?
I think nothing of it.
It is a fair thought, to lie between a maid's legs.
You are merry, my lord.
What am I, the only jig maker? What is a man to do but be merry? But look at my mother. So entertained, and it's only been 2 hours since the queen died.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months.
2 months? So long and not forgotten. Maybe there's hope a man's memory outlives him half a year.
For us and for our tragedy, stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently.
So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count or ere love be done. Now, what my love is, proof hath be done. And as my love is sized, my fear is so. Where love grows great, the littlest doubts are fear. Where little fear grows great, great love grows there.
Faith, I must leave thee, and shortly too. My operative powers their functions leave to do.
Oh, confound the rest. Such love must needs be treason in my breast. But in second beloved be accursed. None wed the second, but who killed the first.
That's wormwood.
Move are base respects of thrift, but none of love. A second time I kill my beloved dead, when second beloved kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think that what you speak, but what we do determine of what we break. Where joy most revels, grief doth most lament. Grief joys, joy grieves, on slender accident. So think thou wilt no second beloved dead, but die thy thoughts when thy first lady is dead.
Both half and hence pursue me, lasting strife. If once a widow, ever I be wife.
If she should break it now.
My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day of sleep.
Thoughts black, hands apt, drugs fit and time agreeing. Confederate season no creature seeing. With thy mixture rank, with midnight weeds collected, Hecate's curse, thrice blasted, thrice infected. Thy natural magic and dire property, thy wonderful life usurped immediately.
He poisons Gonzago. The play is written in extant and very choice Italian. See, anon, how the murderer wins the affections of Gonzago's wife.
What? Frightened with false fire?
Give o'er the play.
Give me some light. Away!
Lights! Lights!
Good Horatio, I'll take the ghost's word for 1,000 a pound. Didst thou perceive the talk upon the poison?
I did very well note him.
Soft to my mother. I shall speak with daggers, but use none.
I like him not, and it does not stand with me that his madness ranges. I, your commission, will forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall along with you.
We ourselves will provide the most holy and religious fear to those many, many bodies that live and feed upon your majesty.
My lord, he goes to his mother's closet. Behind the arras I'll convey myself to hear his happenings, and ere you go to bed. And I will tell you what I know.
Thanks, dear my lady. Oh, my offenses rank. A sister's murder. Pray, can I not? Are my hands thicker than themselves with sister's blood? Is there not rain enough in the heavens to wash them white as snow? Now look up. My fault is past. But oh, what form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder. That cannot be, for I'm still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, mine own ambition, and my queen. may one be pardoned and retain the offense. Oh, wretched state, oh, bosom black as death! Oh, climbing soul, that struggling to be free art more engaged. Help, angels, make us stay. All may be well.
Shall I do it? While he is praying, shall I do it? He shall go straight to heaven. My revenge is so sad. The villain feels mother and I are so son to the very single set of heaven. And then so peace in the purging of thy soul, well seasoned and ready for passage. Up, blade. Thou shalt know a more horrid hint, like when thy lies, drunken laid in incestuous sheets, or is about to lie, no relish of salvation. He may trip his heels, kick to heaven, his soul as black and damned as hell whereto it goes. My mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up, but my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
My lady, he will come straight here. I'll hide myself and even be silent. Be round with him.
Mother.
Withdraw, I hear him coming.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Thou hast thy father much offended, Hamlet.
Mother, you have my mother much offended.
Come, you speak with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Have you forgot me?
Not by the rude, not so. You are your husband's sister's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, sit you down. Shall you not budge?
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me? Help, ho!
What ho? Help!
How now, a rat? Dead for a ducat, dead.
Oh, I am slain!
Oh me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is the king?
Oh, what rash and vile deed this is!
A bloody deed, good mother. Almost as bad as kill a queen and marry to her brother.
This kill a queen?
Aye, it was my word. Farewell, for I took thy for the better. Peace. Sit you down.
What have I done? Thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me.
Such an act that blurs the blush and grace of modesty, and that blisters these wedding vows, making so honest as a dicer's oath. Heaven's face does glow upon this masked and heated visage that is thought sick at the act.
I mean, what act?
Look here at this photo. This was your one love. Look at the grace seated on that brow. Hyperion's girls, and I like Mars's with such command. Look ye what follows. This is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome sister. What devil hath made you hoodmen blind? Oh, shame! Where is thy blush? Proclaim no shame in compulsive adders. The frost everlasting doth burn, and panders will reason.
Speak to me no more, Hamlet. These words enter like daggers into my ears. Speak to me no more!
A villain and a murderer! A slave, not the 20th part of your president wife!
No more!
A king of tears and tatters!
dost thou gracious figure?
Alas, he is mad.
Do not forget, this visitation is but to what they almost blunted purpose. Look, amazement on your mother sits. Speak to her now, Hamlet.
How dost thou, lady?
Alas, how is it with you that your eyes do bend on vacancy?
On her, look how pale she glares, and her form and bones conjoined, preaching to rocks may make them capable. Dost thou see nothing?
It is nothing, yet all is that I see.
Look how it steals away my mother's habit as she lived. Mother, for love of grace lay not a flattering unction to thy soul, and that your trespassing but my madness speaks. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what is in the past. Avoid what is to come, and spread not the compost of the weeds that make them reek. Good night. But go not to my uncle's bedroom. Assume a virtue if you have it not, and for the same lady, I do repent. I do bestow, and will answer well to the death I gave her. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. One word more, good lady.
What shall I do?
Not this, by no means that I bid you do. Let the bloat king tempt you to bed, and let him, for a pair of reechy kisses or paddling in your neck with his damned fingers, make you to ravel all this matter out, that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft. For good you let him know, for that's but a queen, fair, sober, wise, would from a paddock, from a bat, a gib, such dear concernings hide. Who would do so?
Be thou assured, if words be made of breath, and breath of life, then I have no life to breathe the words that thou hast given me.
I must to England, you know that.
Alack, I had forgot, 'tis so concluded on.
There's letters sealed, and my 2 schoolfellows, whom I will trust as adders famed, they bear the mandate. They must sweep my way and marshal me to knavery. I'll lug the guts to the neighbor. Comes to draw an end with you. Good night, mother.
Now, Hamlet, where is Polonius?
At supper?
At supper? Where?
Not where she's eats, but where she's eaten. For it's a very certain concoction of politic worms that hath e'en with her. We fatten all creatures else for us, and ourselves we fatten for maggots. A fat king and a lean beggar of but variable service. 2 dishes but to 1 table, that's the end. A man could fish with the worm that hath eat the king, and eat the fish that hath had the worm. That's...
What dost thou mean by this? Where is Polonius?
In heaven. If your messenger finds her not there, then go seek her in the other place yourself. And indeed, if you find her not within a month, then you shall know of her when you go up the stairs to the lobby.
Hamlet, this deed. For thine especial safety I must send thee hence. Therefore, prepare yourself. The bark is ready, and all is set for England.
For England?
Aye, Hamlet.
Good.
So it is. Thou knowest of our preparations.
I see a cherub that sees things. So, come for England. Farewell, dear mother.
Thy loving father, Hamlet.
My mother, for father and mother, man and wife. Man and wife are but one flesh. So, mother, come for England.
Follow them afoot. Tempt him with speed abroad. I'll have him hence tonight. Go, make haste. In England, my love, thou holdest aught. Thou mayest not coldly set our sovereign process, which imports at full by letters congruent to that extent the current death of Hamlet. Do it, England, for like my hectic blood, he will rage, and I must be cured, till I know 'tis done. Howe'er my haps, my joys will ne'er begin.
I will not speak with her.
She is importune, indeed distract.
What would she have?
She speaks much of her mother, says she hears there's tricks in the world and hems and beats her heart, spurs enviously at straws, speaks things in doubt that carry but half sense.
Let her come in.
Where's the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
How now, Ophelia?
How should I your true love know from another one? By her cockle hat and staff and sandal shirt.
Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song?
Say you, nay, pray you, mock. She is dead and gone, ladies, she is dead and gone. At her head a green grass tuft and at her heels a stone.
Nay, but Ophelia.
Pray you, mark.
What her shroud is molten snow. Alas, look here, my lord.
Bodies with sweet flowers which be wet. The ground did not go its true of showers.
How do you do, pretty lady?
Will God indulge you, Lord? We know what we are, but not what we may be. We may not speak of this, God. Be at your table, but when they ask you what it means, you say, tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day in the morning bedtime, and I who made at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes, then up the chamber door, let out the maid that in the maid never departed more.
Pretty Ophelia.
I pray that all will be well. We must be patient, but I cannot help but weep to think that they put in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach! Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night, good night, good night.
Follow her close. Keep a good eye on her, I pray you.
Alack, what noise is this?
What is the matter?
The ocean, or appearing of his list, eats not the flats of it in piteous haste, but Laertes, in a righteous head, o'erbears your officers.
Oh, thou king, give me my mother!
Why, how now, Laertes, why art thou thus incensed? Speak, man.
Where is my mother?
Dead.
How came she dead? To this point I give both my worlds to negligence. Let come what may, only I'll be revenged, most throughly for my mother. Oh, Rosencrantz, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia.
There's rosemary, that's for remembrance. There's pansies, that's for thoughts. There's rue for you, and some for me. We like to call it a herb of grace on Sundays. You must wear your rue with a difference. Ooh, there's daisies for you. I would give you some violets, but they all withered away when my mom died. And will she not come again? And will she not come again? No, no, she is dead. Go to thy deathbed. Her hair as white as snow, all flaxen was her poll. She is gone, she is gone. Cast away among. God have mercy on her soul.
Do you see this look?
Laertes, I must commune with your grief, unless you deny me right. Go but apart, if by a direct or collateral hand we find ourselves touched, we will our kingdom give, our life, our count, everything we call ours to you in satisfaction. But if not, your patience you will give us, and with your soul we shall labor until you are satisfied.
Let it be so. This means of death is obscure funeral. No trophy, sword, no hatchment o'er his bones. No noble rite, nor formal ostension. Cry to be heard, as 'twere from heaven to earth, that I must call it to question.
What are they that would speak with me?
Seafaring men, sir. They say they have letters for you.
Let them come in.
There's a letter for you, my lord.
It came from an ambassador that was headed for England.
I don't know from what part of the world I should be greeted if not from Lord Hamlet. Horatio and Marcellus, when thou shalt have overlooked this, give these fellows some means to the king. They have letters for him. Ere we were 2 days old at sea, a pirate of very warlike appointment gave us chase. Finding ourselves too slow of sail, we put on a compelled valor, and in the grapple I boarded them. On the instant they got clear of our ship, so I alone became their prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy. I am to do a good turn for them. I have words to speak in thine ear will make thee dumb, yet are they much too light for the bore of the matter. These good fellows will bring thee where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell. He that thou knowest thine, Hamlet.
Tell me why you proceeded not against these feats so criminal and so capital in nature, as by your greatness, wisdom, all things else, you mainly were stirred up.
For two special reasons. The queen, his mother, is so conjunctive to my life and soul I could not but buy her. The other motive, well, why to a public count I might not go. It's the general gender's great love, who, turning his gyves into graces, has made it so my arrows revert to my bow instead of where I've aimed them.
So have I, a noble mother, lost. A sister driven to desperate terms. But my revenge will come.
Why, how now, what news?
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet.
From Hamlet? Who brought them?
Sailors, my lord, they say. I saw them not.
Laertes, come hear this. Leave us. High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall thereunto recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet. What should this mean? Are all the rest come back?
I am lost in it, my lord. But let him come.
If he be so returned, I will surely work him to an exploit. Now ripe in my device, in which under the fall he will surely choose, even his mother shall consider it an accident.
My lord, I will be ruled that if you could devise it so, that I might be the organ.
It falls right. Hamlet's returned will know you are come home. We'll put on those shall praise your excellence, bring you, in fine, together and wager on your heads. He, being remiss, will not pursue the foils, so that with ease you may choose a sword unbaited. And in a pass of practice, requite him for your mother.
I'll do it, and for that purpose I'll anoint my sword. I'll touch him with this contagion, that if I gall him slightly, it may be death.
If this should fail, this project might have a back or a second that might hold. I'll have prepared for him a chalice for the nonce, whereupon sipping he may escape your venom struck. Our purpose would still hold there. Say, what noise?
When wilt thou tread upon another's heel? So fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Where?
Her clothes spread wide and mermaid-like a while they bore her up, which time she spent chanting snatches of old wads, as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature endued into that element. And long it could not be, till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to my death.
Alas, that she is drowned.
Drowned.
Too much water hast thou, poor Ophelia. And therefore I forbid my tears. But it is our trick. Nature be her custom. Let shame say what it will. Adieu, my lord. I have a speech of fire that this fame would blaze, but that this folly drowns it.
So much of this, sir. Shall you hear the other? Do you remember the circumstance?
Remember it, my lord.
Up in my cabin, my sea gown scarfed around me in the dark. I groped around to find what I desired, so I withdrew back to my room, making so bold, my fears forgetting my manners. So I unfold to find the Grand Commission, the Royal Navary, Horatio, for the exact command to import Denmark's health and England's too. What bugs and goblins do I live with that supervise no leisure about, but to grind the axe that will chop off my head?
Is it possible?
Here is the commission. Read it at your leisure. But soft a while. Here comes the king, the queen, and the courtiers. But who do they follow? Couch we a while and mark.
Lay her in the earth, and from her fresh and unpolluted flesh may violets spring.
Oh, what the fair Ophelia!
Sweets to the sweet, farewell. I hope thou shouldst been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have been decked, sweet maiden, and not have strewed thy grave.
O treble woe, hold off the earth a while, till I have caught her once more in my arms.
What is he whose grief bears
such emphasis that conjures wandering stars like wounded hearers? It is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil take thy soul!
Splendid or rash would have danger in which thy wisdom should fear.
Pluck them asunder!
Hamlet!
Gentlemen!
For I will fight with him upon this theme until my eyelids no longer wag.
Oh, son, what theme is this?
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not make up the sum of my love. What wilt thou do for her?
Oh, he's mad. Laertes.
What? Do you come to whine? To outface me by leaping in her grave to be buried with her? Well, so will I.
Oh, this is mere madness. And yet this fit will take him on.
Hear you, sir. Why do you use so? I loved you, yet it doesn't matter. Hercules will do what he may do, and the cat will mew, and the dog will have his day.
Strengthen your patience of our speech last night. We will put matter to present. Push. Good Gertrude, keep watch on your son. This grave will have a living monument, an hour of quiet thereby we shall see. Till then, patience we must have for our proceeding bee.
And wilt thou know how I did proceed?
I beseech you.
Being benetted round in the villainies, they had the play, so I sat me down and devised a new commission. Would thou like to hear the effect of my speech?
Aye, good my lord.
Conjuration from the king, as England were his most earnest tributary, and many such like asses of great charge, that on the view and knowing of these contents, without debatement further, more or less, he should those bearers put to sudden death. No shriving time allowed.
How is this sealed?
I had my father's signet in my purse. Subscribed it, gave it the impression, placed it safely. The changeling never known. Now, the next day was our sea fight, and what to this was sequent, thou knowest already.
Ah, so Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to it?
My man, they did make much love to this employment, but they are not near my conscience. Their defeat does by their own insinuation grow. Nature comes between the pass and fell incessive points of mighty opposites.
Why, what a king is this?
Does it not, think thee? Stand me now upon it. He hath killed my queen, and whored my mother, and with such causage, is it not perfect conscience to quit him with this one arm? Is it not to be damned to let this canker of our nature come in further evil?
It must be shortly known to them from England what is the issue of business here.
It will be short. The internet, and a man's life's no more to say one. But I am very sorry, good Horatio, for I forgot myself to Laertes. In the image of mine own, I see the portraiture of his. I'll court his favors, but sir, the bravery of his grief did put me in a towering passion.
Your lordship is right. Welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir. Dost thou know this waterfall?
No, my lord.
Sweet lord, if your lordship were at leisure, I should impart a thing to you from his majesty.
I should accept with most diligence and spirit.
Sir, he is newly come to court Laertes, and believe me, an absolute gentleman indeed. To speak feelingly of him, he is the card, or calendar of gentry. For you shall find in him the continent of what part a gentleman would see.
Sir, his definement suffers no perdition in you, though I know to divide him inventorially would dozy the arithmetic of memory. And yet but yawn neither in respect of his quicksilver.
Your lordship speaks most infatigably of him.
The concernacy, sir? Why do we wrap the gentleman in our more raw bread?
Sir?
Is it not possible to understand in another tongue? You will to it, sir, really.
I know you're not ignorant.
I would it were so. Then I would be not so approved. But well, sir.
You are not ignorant of what excellence Laertes is.
I dare not confess that, lest I should compare with him in excellence, but to know a man well were to know himself.
I mean, sir, for his weapon.
What is his weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's two of his weapons. Well.
The king, sir, hath laid, sir, that is a dozen passes between yourself and him. He shall not exceed you 3 hits. He hath laid on 12 for 9, and it would come to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
How if I answered no?
I mean, my lord, the opposition of your person in trial.
Sir, I will walk here in the hall. Let the foils be brought, and the gentleman willing, and the king hold his purpose. I will win for it, and I can. If not, I will gain nothing but my shame and odd hits.
Shall I deliver you errand so?
To this effect, sir, after your flourish to your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
Pretty good.
You will lose, my lord.
I do not think so, for since he has been in France, I have been in continual training.
Nay, good, my lord.
What foolery! This is the kind of gain-giving that would only trouble a woman. Sir, pardon me, for I have wronged thee in what I might have to your honor, nature, and exception. I do proclaim madness. Was it Hamlet that wronged Laertes? Never Hamlet. Sir, in this audience, let my disclaiming from purposed evil free me far from thy generous thoughts. For I have shot an arrow over the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature, whose motive should stir me most to my revenge. But in my terms of honor, I will stand aloof and will no reconcilement till by some elder masters of no known honor I have a voice and precedent of peace to keep my name on gore. But till that time, I do receive your offered love like love, and will not wrong.
Come, Hamlet. Come, take hand.
I embrace it freely. Four brothers' wager may frankly play. Give us our foils. No.
Cousin Hamlet, I trust you understand the wager.
Come, one for me.
I know your grace has odds against the weaker side.
I'm not afraid of it. I have seen you both. But since he's better, the odds are thereof.
This one is too heavy. Let me get another.
If Hamlet gives one or two hits, or quits, in answer of the third exchange, then all their battlesmen, their ordnance fire. Come, begin, and you, the judges, bear a wary eye.
Come on, sir.
A hit! A very palpable hit!
Stay, give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. To thy health. Give him the cup.
I'll play this bout first, let it bide a while. Another hit!
Our son shall win.
Here, Hamlet, take this handkerchief and rub thy brows. The queen carouses to your fortune.
Good, madam.
Do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me. Come, let me wipe thy brow.
My lord, I will hit him now.
Say, do not think it.
Come for the third, Laertes. With dally? For I pray you make your most passive violence. I fear you make a wanton of me.
Come on!
How about you now?
Look to the queen there! Ho!
Bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord?
How is it, Laertes?
I As a woodcock mine own springe, Marcellus, I am killed with mine own treachery.
How does my mother?
She swoons to see them bleed.
The drink! Hamlet, the drink, it is poison.
Oh, villainy, lock the doors! Oh, treachery, seek it out!
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. A treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice hath turned itself on me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother is poisoned. I cannot anymore. The king's to blame.
Poison, do thy work!
Treason! Treason!
Murder! Treacherous, incestuous villain! Drink this poison is thy doom! Follow my mother!
He is justly served. Mine and my mother's death come not upon thee, nor upon me.
Heaven make thee free of it. I'll follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. Thou livest. Report me and my cause to the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I am more an antique Roman than a Dane. Here's yet some liquor left.
Thou art a man. Let go. Give me the cup. O proud death, what feast is toward in thy underworld, that thou so many princes at a shot so bloodily hast struck? If thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity awhile, and draw thy breath in pain to tell my story.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. Flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
The sight is dismal, and our affairs from England come too late, and the ears are senseless that should give us hearing, to tell him his commandment is fulfilled, that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Where should we have our thanks?
Not from his mouth had it the ability of life to thank you. He never gave commandment for their death.
So let me speak to the yet unknowing world how these things are about. So shall you hear of carnal, bloody, and unnatural acts, of accidental judgments, casual slaughters, of death put on by cunning and forced cause. In this upshoot, accidental purposes mistook, fallen on the inventors' heads. All this can I truly deliver.
Let us haste to hear it and call the noblest to the audience. Let the 4 captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to the stage, for he was and had been put on to prove the most royal.